What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. My name is Evan, and as always, you are tuned into the Low Life Media. On today's video, we're going to do a full build breakdown on my turbocharged 1990 1.6 Miata. This is a video I've been wanting to do for quite some time. I've had a lot of people ask me, hey, can you do a full review on it? What kind of tire size? What wheel specs do you have? What turbo are you running? I'm going to go ahead and answer all these questions in today's video. But first, let's go ahead and get this car washed up. It's been dirty for now for about a whole month. We got a show on Saturday to go to. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I do to keep this thing squeaky clean. All right, so as you can see, I'm using the 2-bucket method, one with water and one with soap. Both have the grit guards at the bottom of the buckets to be able to catch any kind of dirt and debris. So I start with pressure washing the vehicle off to get all the dirt off the vehicle. And then next step, we're going to be using the foam cannon. This is the Chemical Guys foam cannon along with the Chemical Guys soap that's specific for any kind of ceramic coated car. Then next we go ahead and use a scratch-free mitt to make sure there's no scratches or anything on the vehicle, no pressure applied really to it, just kind of rubbing the mitt over it and keeping a nice level surface of soap on the vehicle to prevent any kind of scratches or anything. Then we're going to be using another pressure washer to pressure wash the vehicle off. And to dry it off, I usually use an air dry with a leaf blower, or if you wanted to use a microfiber towel, you can also do that. Alright, so to start this video off, I want to go ahead and do a quick walk around of the entire vehicle. The whole car, as you can tell, has been resprayed. It's black with purple flakes in the clear coat. My best friend Nick Anderson painted it, and he did an absolute killer job. So shout out to him. Also Matt over at Pre's Detail Garage for wet sanding, buffing, and ceramic coating the whole car. The paint actually won at Slim Enough Atlanta, and I was super surprised with that. There was just so much quality out there. I'm very surprised that my car, a little Miata, took home best paint. So I want to go ahead and show you what it's like in the clear coat with the sun hitting it. You can see the purple flake pops super hard. Moving over to the headlights, the Jazz Performance low profile headlights. I love these. They're great styling for the Miata. And along with the turn signals are custom made by my buddy Steven Shockley. As you can tell, they change from white, and the turn signal is 3 blinking orange lights. Then we have the Rev 9 front canards along with the Rev 9 rear carbon fiber canards. And just to show off the front end of the vehicle, you can see we have the R package front lip, the intercooler popping through, and the track dog splitter. These are the rear canards like I was saying earlier. And the Brada Forge TR1's most common question I get is, what are your wheel specs? These are 15 by 9 plus 8 fronts plus 11 rears, wrapped in a Dunlop Dureza DZ102 with a brush face, gold hardware, and polished lip. Here's the rear end of the vehicle. You can see the rear canards popping through, the R package lip, the trunk spoiler, and the Carbon Miata hardtop spoiler. Just your typical eBay side skirts, and the clear side markers were made custom by my buddy Todd Lyon. And the, of course, retro mirrors. The roll bar is a hard dog X-brace roll bar. I love the styling of it. And also we have the full top Miata aluminum interior. Little custom pieces here and there, but most of it is all top Miata aluminum. The Nardi deep corn steering wheel is always my favorite look. It's the suede with the red stitching. And the Sparco Drifting 2 Series, I love these seats. They're not too tight. They also hold you in very, very well. And the Sparco Harness Racing. 32,000 miles on the vehicle. And just to give you a quick walk around of the vehicle with the top off, so you can kind of see the interior, the whole look of the vehicle. I really can't believe that I own this car. It's been a dream car of mine to make a Miata just as clean as this is, especially having a turbo one is such a blast. Moving on to the engine bay, the best part, of course. So here's a full shot of the engine bay. You can see we have the Garrett GT2560R Turbo. Love this thing, it performs very well. Moving on to the Kraken manifold, as you can see, we have the downpipe, the cast iron manifold, and the yellow RX-8 460cc injectors. Ready F-type blow-off valve, and the AN fittings are welded on by a buddy of mine, Blake Barover at 850 Fab. This is just a typical eBay setup, but we were able to aluminum weld the fittings onto the valve cover. And the Yannica dual core radiator. And showing off the IL Motorsports coolant reroute. I love the way that the shape form hose fits the vehicle. All right, so you might be asking yourself two questions. One, wow, does this guy right here have any idea of what he's doing with the car? No. Second question is, how much am I going to spend on my Miata? Well, I'll go ahead and answer the first question. No, I've never really even tinkered with anything. This Miata is actually the first time that I've ever tinkered on an engine before. I've only done like an intake before or something basic like that, but I've never tinkered down with an actual engine, turbo, clutch. I've never even dropped a transmission or even pulled an engine before, actually. So it's not hard, it's doable with you and along with some help of friends. I did everything, not in this garage specifically, but my other house, but we did all in a garage, and we didn't ever go to a shop, and it worked out fine. We pulled the engine with like basically all Harbor Freight tools and a Harbor Freight engine stand, Harbor Freight engine hoist. Yeah, you can do it yourself. I've never tinkered with it, and if I can do it, I guarantee you can do it. I've only tinkered mainly on just stance cars. If you've followed me for a while on social media, you know that I'm into stance with camber, aggressive wheel fitment, offsets, the whole 9 yards. I have dealt with my Lexus, which was strictly nothing but just suspension parts. I've dealt with my old Miata, which was on the ground pusher, which a lot of people know, and for some reason it got kind of big for some reason. I don't know why. So it's all easy stuff. Just literally slamming a car on the ground, camber, wheel fitment, build's done. So with this car, I was like, no, I'm gonna go a little bit further. I'm gonna ruin a 32,000 mile Miata, 16,000 mile whenever I got it, but I'm gonna ruin a 32,000 mile Miata. Why not? Let's just go ahead and full send. So we did, and here it is now. So you can definitely do it, because if I can do it, you can do it. Second question, how much did I spend to get to the point to where I'm at now? So just to break it down, the Garrett GT2560R Turbo was $800, brand new. The Flying Miata Happy Meal Clutch Kit, $800 or $700, in that range, brand new from Flying Miata. The Kraken manifold, the turbo manifold with the downpipe, was $750. The 4.3 rear torsion, rear end, limited slip, that should be ideally $1,000. I actually got it from my buddy Gary, and I only paid him like $600 for it. But think about that. That's $700 plus $700 plus $800 plus $600. So right there alone, you're at $2,800 alone. Then Megasquirt ECU, the MSM PNP2, that's $800 more. That's $3,000 right there alone. The stuff about with turboing cars is so much small stuff that goes into it. All the fittings you have to get, all the little things welded. Do you want to go fancy and powder coat things like I did? It's these little small things that add up the additional $2,000 to where I ended up spending close to $5,000 and $5,500 to where I'm at now. Do you have to spend the amount of money that I spent to be able to turbo this car? No. Ideally, you can spend anywhere between $1,500 to $2,500 in turbo Miata, depending on how you want to do it. You can get a China charger, so an ISR T25 turbo, which is like $350, I think. And then you can get an eBay turbo manifold, with just a cast iron. I recommend, this is all my opinions, and don't quote me on any of this because this can be wrong. But I prefer a cast iron manifold because I feel like it is more sturdy than a welded manifold made out of steel. You can buy a cheap eBay turbo manifold for $300. You can buy a cheap China charger for $300. You can buy your Megasquirt ECU you have to run, which is going to be ideally around $800. Then you could run a stock clutch. anything over about 150 horsepower, you're going to go ahead and burn the clutch out, and it's gonna slip, and you're not gonna be able to handle it. Now, if you're wanting to go anything more than what your wastegate that comes on your turbo, which is usually about 7 PSI, you're gonna need to swap that clutch out because it is going to slip. And you can run the stock 1.6 VLSD, or if you have an MB or an NA 94 to 97 with a 1.8, those are ideally a stronger differential. If you're a 1.6, you have 90 to 93, your differential, and you probably have heard this 1,000 times, is weak, and there's a good shot of it going out. So I would recommend swapping that out, but you can run that in the meantime. I just would not do a red line dig pull. You're gonna blow it out more than likely. And if you run the yellow RX-8 injectors, the 460cc, which is what I'm running, they're like 60 bucks on eBay. I probably should have went with some better ones, but they're fine for what I'm going for, and the reliability is there. Ideally, at that point, you should be around your $2,000 to $2,500 range. Again, this is not gonna last you very long. This is why I went with the quality over the quantity. If you wanna go with the quantity and you wanna deal with stuff breaking in the long run, that's fine. As long as you have the fun that you're getting, or as long as you're bolting everything on properly, not having any kind of leaks or any kind of crap going on with your car, that's fine. But no, it probably is not gonna last as long as you spending the extra money to get a quality part. Is a turbo Miata worth the money spent on it? Is it worth all the bull crap that you're gonna have to go through to get it to be turboed? Yes. I enjoy mine so much. I love driving it. Basically, it's a yin yang spinny thing. I mean, ideally, there's nothing better than you in a Miata, which is not supposed to be turboed or supposed to be even quick at all. You literally hit the gas and all you hear is this massive amount of wind being sucked into the engine, and all of the freaking noises make it so worth it. The blow-off valve, boost, it makes it all so worth it. I love it. And it's also very surprising to people. I mean, you can literally go up against a 4.6 Mustang, ideally, if you're putting out like what I'm putting out at 222 horsepower, at 210 foot-pounds of torque, you can go up to a 4.6 Mustang and beat it for the most part. So it's very exciting. So you can surprise a lot of people with this. I would 10 out of 10 recommend it. If you have any questions, or if you have any comments or concerns or anything that I can answer, go ahead and drop them in the comment box below. Make sure you click that subscribe button. Ideally want to make more content for you guys. This is going to be mainly on the FRS because this car is pretty much done. I'm going to be dropping a lot more content on the FRS with what I have coming. I'm super excited to show you guys. We will catch you on the next video.